Once a fantastic game, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Okay, welcome back to another video. Now, I realize that there's no perfect way to really start a video. When I'm starting a video, I just got to really get into it. So today we're talking about a whole bunch of things, as far as in like financial advice. Now, look, take it with a grain of salt. If you can use it, use it. If you can't, you can't. But I want to talk about investment platforms, how AI has used how AI has used me, but how I have been using AI, and talking about interracial dating and how that relates to your IQ level and how you respect yourself. Building systems, not habits, my ebook, building my Amazon KDP and becoming an Amazon affiliate, what books I'm reading, and much, much more. I also want to talk about YouTube monetization. I want to talk about TikTok lives, everything. I feel like I started this podcast doing telling people about strategies on how to make passive income, or literally just getting your following up on social media, how to find your personal brand and increase your digital footprint. Whether that be for your personal brand, for your business, for your website, what have you. So I want to start off this conversation with talking about interracial dating, and the reason why I brought this up is because I normally like frequent a platform called X, which used to be Twitter, and I see a lot of conversation, especially in this time with Charlie Kirk's passing, and I just say this: I've seen a lot of people blaming black people for finding love outside their race. And I've seen them use plenty of examples of other races creating traumatic events or recreating traumatic events for Halloween costumes, such as some people are dressing up as Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated, which I think is disgusting. Like, I don't think making fun of anyone's passing or assassination is funny. Then you have the infamous one that I'm just titling infamous because they keep recreating the one of George Floyd, of a police officer putting their knee on the back of someone's neck, which is absolutely disgusting as well. And these happen to be from people who I think black people will consider not necessarily their oppressors, but they just don't trust the other race. And I can understand reasons why, and it's just very difficult for me, especially someone who doesn't mind, dating outside their race. I do find that some of your points are valid, but I don't think that you should blame everyone for things that their ancestors did. Like, you have to give people a chance. And even if you're not like so trustworthy as myself as to how you would be treated by other races, by other demographics. So when I say all that, for me, when I talk about white people looking at a black man, when I talk about black people looking at a queer man, when I talk about black women looking at a queer man, when I talk about black straight heterosexual men looking at a queer man, and a lot of people want to equate that to your IQ level or your respect for yourself. A lot of people look at you being a black person dating outside your race as a lack of self-respect. And another thing I want to talk about is because it's this one guy with a post on Twitter. He said he wanted him a white a white blue-eyed person with tattoos and muscles. So that's kind of similar if you're been into the queer space. If you know who so if you're in the queer space, the person Laverne Cox, who she got a lot of backlash for dating a white MAGA cop, because MAGA literally goes against everything black, queer, black and brown people. Like, they just not messing with us. So a lot of people feel like you could be very irresponsible by dating outside your race. But I think at the same time too, a lot of people who end up dating outside their race either have some type of trauma, or something trauma related to why they're dating outside their race, or they may just not care. I don't understand. This goes to the same thing with sexuality. I don't understand why people have such a disdain for other people. And maybe I guess that's just a human trait, for one race to be on top, or, well, I don't even think it's that. I don't want to spend too much longer on that. I just feel like, all in all, like, if you have been oppressed by someone who's telling you that homosexuality is wrong, like, why would you try to go and oppress somebody else for going to go date outside their race, for someone who has told them that it's wrong? I just feel like those pipelines are too close together. But I feel like people should be able to love whoever they want to love. If they're treating them right and love on them right, love on them. I want to move on to AI because people feel like AI is so dangerous. And I agree. AI is very dangerous and it is offing people in the real world. However, and you might not like this about me, you might not like what I have to say, but the people who are making billions or millions of dollars, millions of billions of dollars, are the ones who are actually using AI, and they're not going to stop. We see all the time where people try to say, "Oh, well, eat the rich, do this, do that. We out of food stamps this month," but guarantee that these people who are running these businesses, they will quickly get rid of you for an AI agent. Okay, when they run it, these PowerPoints and all these places, it's AI driven. Okay, I seen one business where they have like this virtual, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like this surround sound that allows you to have an in-person meeting with someone on a TV screen. Like technology is constantly evolving, and if you keep trying to say, "Oh no, this is dangerous. Oh no, I can't do this. Oh no, this is not going to work. Oh no," like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yes, you can be that one person who's standing up, shouting and yelling from the mountaintops. But I'm telling you, the people are not stopping using it. And if you want to be successful in your business and level yourself up, or give yourself leverage, it's so important that you be educated on what some people would maybe consider the rich. You need to be up to date on the tools that they're using so you can utilize them for yourself. So I have been using Chat GPT for a while. Okay, and I want to say, as a person who is a solopreneur who runs like 4 to 5 businesses, okay, runs 3 podcasts, and until I'm able to hire someone else, like, AI has to help me do the work or carry the back end. It's so much content and stuff that I do that if I didn't use that platform to help me come up with captions. Now, I'm not saying go in there and just tell Chat GPT to write your paper, or go verbatim off of everything it says. No, you're using this platform, this AI intelligence, to magnify what you already then put in it. It's only to help you organize what I use it for is to only to help me organize my ideas about something that I already want to say. It's not a crutch. It's a time saver on what could be a longer drawn out process. Now, you have some individuals who don't want to think for themselves and just use AI completely to do everything they want. And that's why we see cases of teachers going to go back and trace all the words and all the things to make sure you ain't plagiarized, or make sure you ain't used AI to write your whole papers and stuff. That's just lazy people. You don't want to let AI be doing all the thinking for you. You know what I'm saying? You still want to implement the things that you know and let AI assist you in completing the task that you already wanted to complete. Because at the end of the day, AI can't be human. I want to talk about some ways to build your money right now. I made a video last week talking about my Building Systems, Not Habits ebook, 60 Minutes a Day to a Better Future. So when I first started this journey of building this ebook, I found out that you can't just publish or go on Word document and develop a book, or try to sell it that way. Maybe it is like a way that you can possibly do that. I thought that was something I was going to be doing. But number one, I had to realize that my reach is not that strong or powerful where I can just use the sound of my voice to sell, merchandise, content, what have you. You have to build trust within your community, your people, and you have to be serving them to where they feel like, if I go in my pocket to support Shamar, then my life is going to be transformed. Now, no, over here, I'm going to tell you 100% how it is. I'm not going to give you no fluff or anything. I had to realize that you had to go and build an Amazon KDP account. See, I'm telling you things that people are not going to tell you. Like, after all the podcasts and all the stuff that I watched, like I said in my previous video, celebrities and these influencers and all these people, the first low cost thing that I see them do, now leave in the comments if you see them do something else, but what I see them do is either write a book, or they become some type of motivational speaker based off of our information or knowledge on why we respect them as creators. They could be either music artists, they can be actors, they can be podcasters, what have you. But it seems the most common thing for them is to produce ebooks or some type of asset that will bring in cash in perpetuity. Meaning that the cash is going to keep running whether you dead, alive, sleep, awake, you getting paid. So when you set up this KDP account, it's going to ask you for your license. It's going to ask for your, email. How are you going to be receiving direct deposit? It's going to ask you about your shelf, how many books you have, and listing, and all those kind of things, right? Also, it's this program where you can become an affiliate. This program where you can become an affiliate, like it's almost like, well, it's not almost like, it's literally you get a link and you click on that link. And well, it used to be that way. I'm not sure if it's still that way, like that process, but I'm gonna tell you about this form. You can literally create a link and have people click that link and get paid. Or you can find one of your most favorite influencers or celebrities, what have you. If they're selling something, if they have a Amazon KDP, they selling books and all that kind of stuff. These people have affiliate links on their products, and all you have to do is literally sign up to be an affiliate. Go over there, promote their book or promote their book or stuff, whatever their merchandise, website, what have you. Promote it to your audience, and every time your audience makes a sale or is pushed to the for you page and people see this is what you promote and they go through you, you get paid. Both of y'all get paid. Recently when I talk about affiliate links, the way that I break it down is literally, if you have a plug, let's just say you smoking a Mary Jane. If you got a plug and you buy for your plug every now and then, your plug say, hey, if you know some people who can increase my, now this is illegal. Ooh, is this illegal? Hey, ooh, this feels illegal. But anyway, if you, like they said, they looking for some more customers. You put some customers in a way, or send some customers their way. If they might give you a discount, or they might give you something free the next time, what have you. But depending on whatever their policy is, once you send engagement their way. Can I be honest? Ever since like I started like having my second job, I work so much now. So I know I mentioned that I'm talking about books and stuff that I've been reading. I have not been reading no books, y'all. I've literally been in survival mode. I feel like I love content creation. Don't get me wrong, but content creation can be taxing. Like if you have too much going on, and I don't feel like I have too much going on, because I don't think that the creator or God, in my opinion, or in my life, I don't think you put too much on me than I can bear. I just think it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of building systems, not habits. But it is time consuming. So you have to put those things in place to where you are still being healthy, still being able to eat, still being able to get the proper amount of water intake, just exercise, taking care of yourself, etc., etc. Content creators can make content creation and things look so easy because they put it on a schedule, or we see the glitz and glam now about how they're thriving, as content creators. They don't never talk about the beginning processes, or how they start to get monetized, or how, they start. Number one, because they're cheating. Because it's going to be very hard to get in any profession. That's the entertainment space. That's the sports space. That's the engineering space. Whether you have to go to school, whether you have to invest in camera equipment, whether you got to invest your time, what have you. Like all these things take things away from you, whether or not content creators or famous people or people that you look up to try to tell you or not in this media space. Take it from someone who has been consistently making media since 2021. I started out making makeup videos, transition, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? That was popular on TikTok. Then I moved into dancing. As my life progressed, I seen more things and more places that I wanted to touch. And this brings me back to T.S. Madison, someone who is so influential in my life. And not only T.S. Madison, but Iyanla Vanzant. I always say that a black woman taught me everything that I know in my life. But the reason why I bring up T.S. Madison is because she says, I'm in everything and everywhere. Okay, that's the main thing I take away from her. You be in everything, everywhere. And little do we notice, when you look at your favorite celebrity, influencer, podcaster, what have you, media personality, they be on social media. In everything. They be acting, they be making music. Let me tell you something. If they start off in sports, they end up making some type of music or going into movies, because in this media space, like the work is always moving. The work is always moving. You have to stay engaged in the market, in the game, okay? You have to be hungry. That brings me over to talking about YouTube, Patreon, all these places that's potentially able to make money passively, just by using your voice or using your voice, using your face, what have you, whatever you do as content online. Even we can even talk about the OnlyFans space. We don't have to get dirty or nasty, but just talking about your likeness and being able to use not only your assets that you have to draw in attention and engagement, but Also using your experience and intelligence. It's about serving your community. It's about putting your content or information or website, what have you, out there and letting people engage with it and let you know how you can build something better upon it, or how it changed their lives, their kids' lives, their family lives, and how it's for the betterment of your community. The main thing that humans, in my opinion, were put here on earth to do were to serve each other. That's how you have the most richest people in the world serve people. Okay, they serve the people first, and then they serve themselves. The people serve their bank account first. Okay, because they find ways to monetize off of what you need help with. So it goes back to, I believe YouTube requirements now are 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hours. Let me tell you something. I just found out I was watching. Oh, I didn't tell y'all how people be cheating. Like, well, it's not really. Well, yeah, it's cheating to me. Like, if you didn't know, but I mean, you can run ads on your videos. Like a lot of places, a lot of like streamers, YouTubers, Patreoners, Instagrammers, just social medias. Okay, they're getting paid off of ads. You know, and you can easily go put yourself on Google Ads, or you can, have yourself have ads up under your post on these platforms. That runs into how you get brand deals and et cetera, et cetera. But like I was saying, back to the YouTube thing, it's probably like 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, which is really difficult. People try to tell you that it's not difficult, but this is from someone who has went viral, that still has up under 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, who has went viral multiple times, has accumulated millions of views over his stuff, that still hasn't reached monetization on these platforms. Now, I'm not saying that I would never reach monetization. I'm just saying right now that I have to figure out strategies to what's the word? Figure out strategies to keep retention on my platforms. And I feel like that's what a lot of these platforms are really holding for. They want to make sure that you're able to keep people on their apps as long as possible. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. That's why it's terms such as like doom scrolling or doom scrolling on TikTok, because they want to keep you on these platforms. That's why they come up with different features like recording 10-minute videos, recording 60-second videos, recording 7-second videos. It's all about your attention, where you spend your time. So wherever you spend your time, you might as well be making a coin. So all in all, I want to say be consistent, like all across all the boards, across getting your rest, across eating properly, across exercising, across having a consistent posting schedule, across going to work and supporting your business. Okay. Another thing that we need to talk about is building your business account, because that's something I'm working on too. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it so prematurely, but having your LLC, S Corp or C Corp, having longevity with it, meaning you having a history, having a bank account that is able to take payments back and forth, being able to keep a certain amount of money inside that bank account. And the list goes on and on and on what it takes to have a business account. So I'll make this real quick to close out this video. So you know that I was talking about having 4 bank accounts and all these institutions where I invest and do all these things. Listen, the way that the economy is set up right now, especially if you have your own apartment or you could be staying with your parents, it doesn't matter. Saving is very important, and I think that the most way that you can save is to put your money into something where it's moving. Okay, you never want to just be sitting on money. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, if you're gonna put your money inside a bank account, you need to make sure that you have a high yield savings account. Okay, so that your money could be growing. A lot of these places only want to give you 1%, and I know that some institutions can give you up to 3%, up to 4% on getting, not actual 4%, but I think the highest I've seen was like 3.87% on your money. Okay, just work smarter, not harder. So I'm just going to recommend some services to you, like Fidelity. Fidelity is a great beginner. Well, it's not really a beginner, but I don't think none of these, like some people, when they're doing like trading and all this thing, when you become very advanced inside of investing, okay, we're still at the beginning stages of investing. So apps like Fidelity, Coinbase, that Coinbase is good for cryptocurrency. Fidelity, you can find cryptocurrency inside that too. Self, to help you build your credit. And Robinhood. I just encourage you, and you don't have to have 4 platforms that you're investing into. You can just have one that you put in $50 in every week, or whatever fits your speed of investing. But just make sure that you put some money to the side for a rainy day, because the world's crazy right now. Shim Testing Gang, we come to the end of the video. I hope you could take something from this video, okay? I just want to say I love you, and I can't wait to see you next month. That was the last video of October.